The man playing the keyboards on this tour, as he has for decades, is an American named Chuck Leavell. He's a famed musician who's performed with some of rock and roll's greatest stars like Eric Clapton, George Harrison, and of course the Allman Brothers. CCTV's Callebs knows him well. He's familiar with his other passions besides the keyboards, too.
Yeah, I am lucky enough. I've known Chuck 20 years now. We've been trading emails while he's been on this latest tour, and he reached out and said, I want to talk a bit about China, and he actually sent me a couple of quotes. I want to read one to you. Here he said, quote, "We are excited to bring the Stones' music back to the people of China. As a forester and an environmentalist, and we'll talk more about that, I'm very interested in the nature of China. I know that China, as well as our own country, the United States, faces many environmental challenges. I'm anxious to learn more about how China is dealing with those challenges." Well, we know that he plays piano. He's played with the Rolling Stones for 30 years. But what you might not know, he's actually Tree Farmer of the Year in the United States back in the 1990s, and he's very committed to the environment.
I gamble on your love, baby.
Chuck Leavell is perhaps most at home in front of 88 keys.
And I got a losing hand. I gambled on your love.
Letting music resonate through the old farmhouse he calls home in the town of Dry Branch, Georgia.
Got a losing hand.
Leavell has played with the greats. And for the last 30 years, he's been the keyboard player for the Rolling Stones through all their tours, all their albums.
Literally a dream come true for me, absolutely. It's so much fun, I love that music. They're such great songwriters. The songs have endured the test of time, as we know.
These trees as potential forests.
But seemingly for every chord change, there's been changes in his life. Leavell is passionate about the environment. Part of the pine forest on his sprawling plantation is reserved for a tree farm.
If you get a lot of this litter.
Leavell has a degree in forestry, something he picked up during a correspondence course years ago while touring with the fabulous Thunderbirds.
I would do the homework in the back of the bus or do it in, hotel rooms or dressing rooms, and took a couple of years to get through this course. But it was really, really useful for me. It taught me a lot, and then I began to apply that knowledge practically.
He's been recognized as National Tree Farmer of the Year in the United States. Leavell took his love of the environment to a new level a few years ago, creating this website called Mother Nature Network. He and a business partner felt there was no one-stop shopping site for such information.
And we just felt like we needed the iconic site that would give the very best education, news, and information to the public concerning anything to do with the environment. We're now the most visited independent environmental website out there, over 5 million visits a month, which is remarkable.
And hits from more than 200 countries. This is where people can learn how to preserve natural resources, develop alternative forms of energy. College students can file articles, and a topic close to Leavell's heart, urban sprawl, that eats up more than 2 million acres a year in the U.S. alone.
We can't stop it, but we can guide it and shape it, and that's what I hope we will do.
He could use his long and successful career to promote his interest, but
I want to draw the line, though, because, I'm not a fan of people that get up on the soapbox while they're on the stage to play music. I think when you're up there to play music and entertain, that's what you should be doing.
Which is your greater love, rock and roll or the environment right now?
Yes. Don't make me choose, no.
Leavell is one of the rare talents that's developed perfect harmony in work and play.
I could listen to him play all day. Really, really amazing. And that's his plantation down just outside of Macon, Georgia. Really wonderful little southern spot there where he and his wife, Rose Lane, have lived for a long time and just really enjoys the environment down there. And he's really passionate about his new enterprise, Mother Nature Network.
You know what's interesting, though, is he does wear the one hat, and then he pulls it off and puts on the other one, and he does separate the two pretty easily.
Does. Look, like Bono, he gets up, he entertains, he preaches as much as anything else. Chuck draws the line there. He's played with the greats, Eric Clapton, the late George Harrison, the Allman Brothers when he was 17. I couldn't find my way to high school, and he's playing with the Allman Brothers back then, so he's an amazing guy.
When you're a kid, you listen to the transistor radio, but there you are on it. It's amazing, incredible stuff. Thanks so much, Sean.